The sapphire jewel stood as a majestic behemoth, glimmering under the moonlit sky as it embarked on its fateful journey. Sarah Thompson, a marine biologist with an insatiable thirst for discovery, found herself aboard this luxurious cruise ship, enticed by the promise of adventure and inspiration. Stepping onto the grand deck, she was greeted by the symphony of laughter, clinking glasses, and the sweet melodies emanating from the ship's live band. Elegant chandeliers adorned the opulent ballroom, casting a warm glow upon the dance floor where couples swirled in perfect harmony. Aromas of delectable cuisine wafted from the grand dining hall, tantalizing Sarah's senses and igniting her anticipation for the culinary delights that awaited. She wandered through the ship's corridors, admiring the intricate tapestries and polished marble floors. In the glass-walled observation lounge, she marveled at the vast expanse of the dark sea, shrouded in an eerie fog that seemed to hold secrets untold. The ship's luxurious amenities beckoned with promises of indulgence and escape from the mundane world. As the anchor was raised, the ship slowly glided away from the bustling port, leaving behind the familiar sights and sounds of civilization. The atmosphere brimmed with excitement, the passengers filled with a sense of wanderlust and the thrill of embarking on a voyage to unknown destinations. The sea, vast and mysterious, stretched out before them like a canvas of infinite possibilities. Little did Sarah know that this voyage of luxury would soon transform into a harrowing nightmare, where the line between fantasy and horror would blur. The sapphire jewel sailed further into the uncharted waters, carrying its unsuspecting passengers toward a darkness they could never have imagined. An air of unease permeated the once jubilant atmosphere aboard the sapphire jewel. Strange occurrences, subtle as whispers, began to unravel the peace that had enveloped the ship. The hushed whispers grew into chilling murmurs, spreading like tendrils of dread through the halls and corridors. In the heart of the night, as the moon's pale light bathed the ship in an ethereal glow, chaos erupted. An otherworldly moan reverberated through the walls, jolting the passengers from their slumber. Doors flew open, revealing terror-stricken faces, eyes widened with fear. A crew member, his countenance twisted into a grotesque mask, stood amidst the panic-stricken crowd. His once human eyes had turned hollow, lifeless, filled only with insatiable hunger. A feral growl escaped his lips as he lunged forward, teeth bared, his intentions unmistakable. Pandemonium reigned as passengers scrambled in desperate attempts to escape the clutches of the ravenous fiend. Blood-curdling screams pierced the air, blending with the manic clang of metal against metal and the thundering beat of terrified hearts. Sarah's instincts kicked in, propelling her forward. With steely determination, she rallied fellow passengers, guiding them toward safety. They formed impromptu barricades, their trembling hands clutching anything that could shield them from the undead assailant. Time warped, minutes feeling like hours, as the survivors held their collective breath, their bodies trembling with trepidation. The persistent assault of the zombies seemed relentless, a reminder of the fragility of life and the looming threat that stalked their every step. Through sheer grit and determination, the passengers managed to subdue the creature, extinguishing the unyielding fire in its eyes. A sense of temporary relief settled over them, mingling with the sharp tang of adrenaline and the bitter taste of the unknown that lingered in the air. The ship, once a sanctuary of luxury and enchantment, was now a vessel teetering on the precipice of terror. The survivors, their faces etched with both shock and resilience, stood amidst the aftermath of the encounter, their hearts heavy with the weight of a nightmare they could not fathom. Little did they know that this was merely the beginning, a taste of the horrors that lay in wait as the sapphire jewel sailed further into the heart of darkness. Amidst the aftermath of terror, Captain Locke emerged from the shadows, his presence commanding attention and offering a glimmer of hope in the midst of despair. Tall and resolute, his eyes harbored a steely determination as he assessed the situation with a calm that belied the chaos that had engulfed the ship. Captain Locke's voice resonated, cutting through the lingering fear. With a voice as steady as the beating of the waves against the ship's hull, he instilled a renewed sense of faith among the survivors. Assuring them that he would protect them at all costs, he outlined a plan to contain the horrors that had infiltrated their sanctuary. With calculated precision, Captain Locke orchestrated the fortification of the ship, guiding the passengers in barricading their areas, securing exits, and establishing emergency protocols. He displayed a keen strategic mind, seizing control of the situation and demonstrating his prowess as a leader. As the survivors witnessed Captain Locke's bravery firsthand, gratitude and relief mingled with the lingering tendrils of fear that still clung to their souls. The captain's actions became a beacon of hope in the darkness, illuminating a path forward amidst the uncertainty that surrounded them. The passengers, their faces etched with newfound trust, began to regain their composure, drawing strength from Captain Locke's steady resolve. They formed a united front, a community bound by shared trauma, resolute in their determination to survive. In the wake of chaos, the ship transformed into a sanctuary of resilience. The passengers, once strangers, now forged bonds of camaraderie as they navigated the uncharted waters of their existence. Amidst the shadows of uncertainty, Captain Locke stood as their guardian, an unwavering presence amidst the storm. Little did the survivors know that Captain Locke's true intentions remained shrouded in mystery, his charismatic facade concealing a darkness that simmered beneath the surface. They saw in him a savior, yet what lay beneath his stoic visage would soon unravel, thrusting them into an even greater abyss of horror. As the sapphire jewel continued its journey through the vast expanse of the sea, an ominous stillness settled over the ship. The once vibrant atmosphere grew heavy with anticipation as passengers cast wary glances at one another, questioning the safety of their sanctuary. Sarah Thompson, her senses sharpened by the lingering unease, noticed subtle changes in Captain Locke's demeanor. His eyes, once filled with unwavering resolve, now held a flicker of something sinister. A chill danced down her spine as she pieced together the fragments of her intuition, whispering a warning of impending doom. Whispers floated through the air like ghostly echoes, rumors and speculations bouncing from one fearful soul to another. The survivors began to question the captain's motives, their trust wavering like fragile threads in the wind. A cryptic message scrawled on a blood-stained note was discovered, hidden amidst the labyrinthine corridors. It bore the unmistakable warning of an impending betrayal. The passengers exchanged fearful glances, their doubts solidifying into a collective realization that danger lurked in the shadowed corners of their sanctuary. As the ship neared the abandoned island, its silhouette an ominous silhouette against the darkened horizon, trepidation thickened the air. The passengers, their breath held in anticipation, wondered if they were sailing toward safety or deeper into a labyrinth of nightmares. With each passing minute, the suspense grew, tightening its grip on their hearts. Sarah, her determination unyielding, observed Captain Locke's every move, dissecting each gesture and word. The puzzle pieces of his true identity began to align, revealing a horrifying truth that threatened to consume them all. The tension among the survivors was palpable, an invisible thread connecting their fears and suspicions. Yet, as the ship approached the abandoned island, their survival instincts urged them to remain united, to rally against the lurking darkness that now wore the face of their trusted captain. In the dim light of the ship's eerie glow, Sarah and her fellow passengers prepared for what lay ahead. Their eyes burned with a mixture of fear and determination, for they knew that their very lives depended on unraveling the secrets that Captain Locke held within his twisted heart. The stage was set for a battle of wits, a deadly dance between predator and prey. In the shadows of this floating abyss, the passengers braced themselves for the unveiling of Captain Locke's true intentions and the twisted fate that awaited them on the island of their supposed salvation. Darkness cloaked the abandoned island as the Sapphire Jewel finally dropped anchor, its arrival a harbinger of impending doom. Sarah Thompson, fueled by a mix of adrenaline and dread, took on the mantle of the protagonist, her resolve unyielding in the face of the impending confrontation. As the survivors disembarked onto the desolate shores, a sense of foreboding settled upon them like a shroud. The whispers of suspicion grew louder, fueling the flickering flames of defiance within their hearts. They braced themselves for the final revelation, the unveiling of the true face of their treacherous captain. Sarah's instincts proved true as Captain Locke's tirade began to crumble. In a moment of vulnerability, his true nature was exposed, his hunger for power and control laid bare. The survivors recoiled in horror as the veil of deception lifted, revealing the monster that masqueraded as their savior. A desperate battle ensued, pitting the remnants of humanity against the captain's insatiable hunger. Sarah, armed with her intellect and resourcefulness, led the charge, rallying her fellow passengers to fight for their lives. It was a clash of wills, a fight for survival in the heart of darkness. Amidst the chaos, Sarah devised a cunning plan, exploiting the captain's weaknesses and turning the tide against him. Each step forward was a gamble, teetering on the edge of despair and hope. The echoes of their struggle reverberated through the dense foliage, blending with the chilling cries of the wind. In a final climactic confrontation, Sarah confronted Captain Locke, their gazes locked in a battle of determination. The dance of life and death reached its crescendo as they fought for their very existence. Each blow struck was a symbol of defiance, a refusal to succumb to the twisted desires that drove the captain. With one final, decisive strike, Sarah emerged victorious. Vanquishing the captain's monstrous existence, the survivors, bloodied and weary, found solace in their hard-fought triumph. The island, once a promised sanctuary, became a haunting reminder of the depths of human depravity. As the survivors regrouped, their hearts heavy with loss and trauma, they vowed to never forget the horrors they had witnessed. The ship, forever scared by their ordeal, awaited their return. Their journey had forever been altered, leaving them forever changed and eternally vigilant against the darkness that lurked in the shadows. With the island fading into the distance, the survivors boarded the Sapphire Jewel once more, the haunting memories seared into their souls. They sailed away, their hearts heavy with the weight of the lives lost and the price paid for their survival. The sea, ever vast and mysterious, carried them forward, leaving behind a tale of horror and resilience, forever etched in the annals of their lives.